Jude, just let me know when you are good.
Good night to everyone.
Good to go. All right, everyone, thanks again for joining us. Coach here. We'll start with Doug, please. Go ahead, Doug.
After last week's performance and result, was tonight's performance, the fight the team showed and the result, what you were hoping to see?
Yes, back to who we are. I think back to who we are. That was the theme of the week, and the players show who they are today. A team that wants to play always, that shows a lot of, there's another word, but bravery to play under pressure, under a lot of pressure. I just told them 1-0, and I have my goalkeeper dribbling a forward inside the 6-yard box. I don't know if something I like all the time, but the message is very good, is we want to play. And but also in the moments we needed to defend, we defend. In the moments we needed to win the duels, I think we won most of those. So very happy for a very good performance, and obviously for first time beating New York Red Bulls in history in the regular season.
And this was the first time this season Etienne, Gigi, Araujo, and Almada all started together. How do you think they work as a unit?
I felt they did good. It was a difficult game. Probably they didn't have that amount of repetitions in the final third where I think they can do even better. But in those little moments where we break them down and we have small, it looked like transition moments, but it's actually we disrupt them, and from there they create a little bit of danger. It looked very good. I mean, the goal starts with Maes playing that long ball into Derek playing that cut back into Thiago shooting, and then Yakumaki's instincts to get that ball. So I felt it was good. Obviously, we need still continue working on that. I'm very happy with the 2 chances in the second half from the primacy zones on the right side, and from there, I think those are the type of chances we need to create more often. But very happy because it wasn't an easy game.
That was Rossetto and Gigi's?
Yes, Rossetto and Gigi, yeah.
Gonzalo, I'm just curious, what was the message to the team at halftime? It looked like they were trying to cope with the Red Bulls press, and then in the second half, there were a few giveaways that resulted in some chances, and I'm just curious, did they come out? Did the team come out and do what you wanted them to do after halftime?
In some ways, yes. I felt like, yes, you're right. The first 15 minutes we were under pressure. That's what I would call it. They did, I think, 2 changes to their lineup at halftime, and that kind of changed a little bit. They put 2 number 9s just straight. I mean, the first half it was more 4-2-3-1. At times it looked like 4-4-2, but most of the times I felt like it was more a 4-2-3-1. The first half, the second half they changed 4-4-2. So then it took us a little bit of time to get used to that. And then I felt that the changes we did with Rossetto and then matchup helped in that moment of the game, especially because I could send a message of tactically how to adjust. And then I felt after that we corrected and we were more in control. But yes, you're right, some dangerous plays where we lose the ball in certain areas that, kudos to the defenders, did a great job on transitioning from there, but we need to correct some of those.
Gonzalo, the refereeing was questionable in this game. I think the players were looking to show some frustration on the field, and there was a moment in the second half where Yorgos went in on a hard challenge, and I think it was just after Derek Etienne he thought he had been fouled, didn't get a call. I'm not asking you to comment on the tackle itself, but what does that kind of message send to the team? What are your thoughts on Jaco kind of going in like that in that moment?
I remember the tackle Thiago received in the first half also with the 2 foot up front, and it was all ball, I agree, but it was a dangerous play to me. So I think the way Jaco went, it was the same. It was all ball, but very, very hard, which I like. I like those type of tackles. We don't have to be malicious. We have to be trying to get the ball, and Ibarra did the same a couple of times. Purata did a couple of good saves there. Miles. I feel like we have to play with that intensity. Talking about the referee, actually, I like Alex. He's a good guy. I have always good conversations with him. So, I was upset at some of his decisions. I feel like we, in general, Atlanta, we need to earn respect from the league and from the referees. That's what I feel. I feel like every time there are some calls in many games where where it's not equal. And I feel at times you have to earn that. You have to win many games. You will have to win more trophies to earn the respect that we deserve. And yeah, just working on that. So again, we have to fight against everything, including at times, the referee having a bad day against us. We have to do it. So that's a message for the team.
Say it to John.
Gonzalo, considering how Red Bull play, and you're obviously no stranger to it, taking into account everything they kind of throw at you, how they press, how they really force you to make mistakes, and not just you, but other teams to make mistakes. This is kind of a defining win for this team, considering obviously what happened against Columbus.
Yes, I felt it was a very difficult game for everything you just said. Like their style is completely antagonist to what we try to do. So it's a very good battle in that sense. Nothing against that style. It's just different, not good or bad or whatever people want to categorize. It's just a different style that is disruptive, that is looking for long balls, second balls, chaos in certain areas, long throwings to create chaos inside the box. So they put you under pressure because they have very good tactics about that. So it's not like they just kick long balls and that's it. They have a lot of structures to make sure they either get the first service or the ball in behind or the second ball. So I felt that today the team understood how to adapt to that in the moments we were under pressure, but also understood how to control the game with the ball. So again, people telling me possession, it doesn't matter. Today we had almost 60% of possession, and that's how I want to defend most of the time. If you don't want the ball against these type of teams, they put you against even more pressure. So again, very brave for my team, trying to play under a lot of pressure, and I felt we did very good.
Just real quick, Joe talked about frustrations, maybe referee or officiating decisions, the way that Red Bull play. How do the players kind of keep from getting too frustrated in the moment and just playing their game, so to speak, just playing their game and ultimately winning the game?
Yes, I think those frustrations are normal on the field. We did a very mature job, I think. We show some sort of experience in certain moments, managing the tempo of the game, managing the situations, and we did very, very good.
Locker room's open if anyone wants to go with Justin, John, and Doug.
Coach, you mentioned what Red Bull liked to do defensively. It seemed like what you were saying in your sentence about what they do, you were getting a lot of as well. You were winning the second balls. Your counter pressure was there, really frustrating Red Bull and forcing them to do things that were uncharacteristic for themselves. They weren't allowed to breathe at times. What was it like for you to continue to see the defense evolve and have the effort that they had tonight?
Yes, all that you say, we were able to defend in that way in the moments of the game where it was needed to win the tackles, to win the duels in the middle of the field, the second balls, the balls in behind. We did it. When it was moment just to kick a ball outside of the field, we did it. We show a very mature performance, I would say. And the moments when we needed possession, we did it. Especially after Rossetto was on the field, we start to have a little bit of composure on the ball, and that's how we were able to understand different moments of the game, how to control the game. So I think, again, kudos to my team. They did a great job.
Switch over to Spanish. Danilo, you can lead us off.
Coach, hablamos durante la semana lo difícil que iba a ser este partido, cómo aprieta Red Bulls en la media cancha. ¿Lo viste así y cómo trabajar la siguiente semana con algunos errores que vi, sobre todo ofensivamente, algunas equivocaciones? ¿Hay mucho que trabajar para los próximos días y para el próximo partido?
Yo creo que si tomamos en consideración de dónde venimos, ¿no? De una derrota muy dolorosa, 6-1, y tomamos en cuenta lo que fue hoy, creo que la mejora fue muy evidente. Entonces, por supuesto, siempre hay que buscar corregir las cosas que tenemos que hacer mejor, pero creo que hay un balance entre de dónde venimos, a dónde estamos y a dónde queremos llegar, y creo que en eso sí tengo que seguirles exigiendo algunas situaciones, pero creo que el partido de New York Red Bulls aquí en casa va a ser muy diferente al que vamos a enfrentar a New York City allá en el Yankee Stadium. por el estilo de New York City, por el tipo de césped que es, por las dimensiones de la cancha. Entonces, habrá que mejorar, sí, pero habrá que ver también muchas de las cosas buenas que hicimos, porque una vez más, el tema de la semana fue volver a quienes somos, a la identidad de Atlanta. Y hoy volvimos a ser quienes somos. Entonces, tengo que felicitar a mis jugadores, primero que nada, por regresar a esa senda y después corregir ciertas situaciones.
¿Te gustó el trabajo de Tien? Es primera vez que empieza jugando de titular. Se entendieron bastante bien con Purata, Robinson y Lennon en la parte de atrás.
Caleb jugó de lateral, Derrick jugó de extremo. Derrick creo que tuvo un buen partido, quizás no lució lo que quizás en otro tipo de partidos pudiera lucir, porque tampoco tuvo tanto la pelota en el último tercio, pero puedes ver la peligrosidad de Derrick en el gol, ¿no? Un balón largo, el cual llega con su velocidad, detecta muy bien los momentos en los que hay que ser agresivo en el mano a mano, cuando hay que tocar. En esa situación tocó a Thiago hace el tiro y de ahí viene el gol. Creo que habrá que seguir trabajando en esa conexión, ya sea con Caleb o con Andrew Goodman, Derrick, Caleb de extremo, Derrick de extremo. Esos tres jugadores creo que nos pueden dar mucho por ese lado. En algunos momentos incluso, ¿sabes? Se puede jugar con una línea de 5 donde estén los tres o el mismo Abraham. Entonces hay situaciones que pueden ayudar a que Derrick luzca un poquito más en el último tercio y seguiremos trabajando en esa cohesión.
Con el arbitraje, yo sé que no puedes comentar mucho acerca del arbitraje, pero hoy casi se le sale de las manos. Creo que muchos errores que los que cometió Alex, el referee central, ¿te pareció así? ¿Cómo lo viste tú?
Bueno, lo mismo que dije en inglés. Alex es alguien con quien platico normalmente muy bien, me cae muy bien. De hecho, fuera de la cancha platicamos seguido y tenemos buenas conversaciones. Creo que en general, no solo hoy, creo que en general tenemos que ganarnos el respeto de tanto del arbitraje como un poco de la liga, de que van varios partidos que siento que jugadas muy similares son en contra nuestra y las mismas jugadas que yo veo de un lado no se marcan del otro lado y normalmente es en contra nuestra. También pasa que a veces con el rival, pero más veces con nosotros. Entonces yo creo que mi mensaje para los jugadores es no quejarse dentro de la cancha. Yo hago mi trabajo fuera, trato de preguntar el por qué fue marcado de cierta o tal manera, pero los jugadores quiero que se concentren en luchar contra todo. Y si a veces el árbitro no vino en un buen día y ese mal día nos toca en contra a nosotros, tenemos que superar cualquier adversidad y ganarnos el respeto. Yo creo que una vez que empieza a ganar muchos títulos, ganar muchos partidos, te empieza a ganar el respeto y eso cambia un poco estas situaciones.
Se nota definitivamente el cambio de juego de hace 8 días a hoy, pero sí hay un jugador que aún me preocupa un poquito y es que quizás el desempeño ha mermado o... puedo estar equivocada, de Luis Araújo, a cómo de pronto jugaba el año pasado o a cómo estuvo en la pretemporada. Este año, en los últimos partidos, no se ha lucido tanto como antes.
Yo creo que los primeros 4 partidos él estuvo muy bien. El pasado fue un partido difícil para todos. Hoy, parecido a lo de Derrick, incluso Yaku, no tuvieron muchas acciones en el último tercio. Y ahí es donde esos jugadores se pueden mostrar. Entonces hoy fue un partido difícil para Luis, para Derrick, porque por momentos hubo que hacer mucho recorrido defensivo, venía a recoger segundas pelotas y fue un trabajo muy silencioso, pero que nos ayudó mucho. Entonces no tengo ninguna preocupación. Estoy seguro que Luis, Thiago, Yaku serán jugadores muy, muy buenos para nosotros en ataque y creo que simplemente hoy fue un partido que quizás no se manifestó para que lucieran esos jugadores ofensivos.
I got to cut it there. I just need Coach to do one more thing. Sorry, but I need to cut you there. I'm going to have some college kids coming in.
Yes,
Coach, just give me
it's
one
okay.
second. I need one or the other.
Good.
Just give me one.